Hi there, students. Chomping at the bit, or should it be champing at the bit? I'll go into that in a minute. But if somebody's champing at the bit, they're raring to go. They're keen and eager to start something. They can't wait. He was champing at the bit to start his holiday. The kids were champing at the bit for the class to start. I'm sure you are all champing at the bit waiting for the release of my next video. So this phrase means you're really keen for something to start. Either that or you're impatient for something that has been delayed to start. You're frustrated because it hasn't started yet. The players were champing at the bit, waiting for the rain to stop so that they could start the match. Okay, firstly, the bit. The bit is a piece of metal that goes in a horse's mouth. You put the harness over the horse's head or the reins, and the bit is the metal piece that goes in the horse's mouth. And horses tend to champ when they are impatient. They champ at the bit. So, champing or chomping? Well, the correct phrase should be champing at the bit. To chomp is to chew noisily, but to chomp is talking about eating. Whereas to champ is to chew at something, chewing at a piece of leather, for example. And the correct phrase is champing at the bit. The problem is most native speakers say chomping at the bit. And in English, if enough people use something, then it becomes correct. I would suggest, though, you use champing at the bit because that is the right phrase. Is chomping wrong? I honestly don't know because so many people use it. But remember, to chomp is to do with eating. And the horse doesn't eat the bit, it chews at it. So, he was champing at the bit for the journey to start. Ooh, I forgot. As well, you can actually use the verb to chafe at the bit. To chafe means to rub. Yeah? My new shoes chafe. So, he was chafing at the bit. That's another phrase you can use. It means you're keen and wanting to do something, but the appropriate time or the appropriate moment hasn't quite arrived yet. So, if you want to do something and it's delayed, you're champing at the bit to start. Yeah? You're strongly wanting to do something. You're enthusiastically expectant. You're waiting impatiently. I was champing at the bit for my new job to start. I was champing at the bit to move into my new flat. I was champing at the bit to try out my new computer. Okay? Now, notice, I think this idiom is fairly informal. Maybe 4.5 for informality. I think maybe chafing at the bit I might give a 5, but this is something to use in an informal conversation, in a semi-formal writing, but don't use it very formally. Idioms are not very good in a very formal document. So, champing at the bit, like an impatient horse, chewing its bit, champing at its bit. The bit, remember, is the metal that goes in the horse's mouth. And remember, I suggest champing, because chomping, the horse doesn't eat the bit, it just chews at it. Okay, so I bet you're now champing at the bit for me to stop. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Champing at the bit, chomping at the bit, chafing at the bit.